down in Ventnor, 1994.
But it can only shows me. I wouldn't mess it up too much.
We ought to have skull caps.
A what?
Shut.
Skull caps.
You
You
hum
put your
it.
hand on your head, that's all.
Skull cats aren't there, sure.
Go ahead. Say it together.
Okay, go ahead.
Asher Kitshamim tonight that we would just create our own sacred moments here. So as this is a time of, it's the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah means head of the year, and it's a time for looking back over the last year and looking ahead to the next and thinking about our relationships with family and friends and co-workers and neighbors and community. One of the books I read suggested that it's a time to think about our relationships with all those people whose lives border our own, which could be very close borders like spouses and partners and children and parents and friends, and further away borders, the people we share the world with.
So this poem, we're going to actually, I'm going to start it, but we're going to pass it around so all of us can read a line. It's called Or, and it's by Ali Darwish, who is an Egyptian poet. He went out of the room in which he was praying. He spent there years and years. He seemed as if he just came out of the depth of an ocean.
Or out of the heart of a pearl.
Or out of a whale.
Or out of the core of an emerald.
We're out of the center of the sun.
Or out of a gold vein. Here. This line.
Out of a drop of dew.
Right. Okay.
Or out of a cloud.
Or out of the eye of a star.
For out.
Here, the light of the eye.
Of the heart.
Yeah, the eye one you're doing. Or out of
Out of the
light of the eye. I know, it's hard to see
light
the,
of the eye.
it's hard to see the purple.
It's in color.
Or out of the pulse of a heart.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's from the computer.
Or out of the secret of the secret.
Or out of the secret of the word.
Or out of the heart of glory. Right here.
Or out of the cradle of creation.
Or out of the generosity of love.
Or out of the core of mercy.
Or out of the arms of a mother.
Or out of the depth of whisper.
Hold that thought.
I hate that one, Stewart.
Give him a line.
Or out of the silence of fear.
Starting.
Or out of the tenderness of forgiveness.
Why don't we wait for a minute?
Yeah, hold on for a minute.
We're out of the chandelier of ethics.
Or out of the warmth of sincerity.
Or out of the fervor of passion.
I'm going to get glasses
Here.
Read
This one.
Out of the beauty of affection.
Okay.
Or out of the beauty of perfection of beauty.
Right.
Or out of the core of obedience.
I give up. Where was that? Or out of the harmony of the universe.
Or out of the beauty of sublimity.
Or out of the core of beauty.
Or out of the transparency of clairvoyance.
Or out of the smoothness of life. That last
And
one.
out of the heart of surrender.
That's it. Oh,
Or out of the flowers, honey.
Or out of the joy of thanks.
Why did you think that?
Should we just, you and I?
Sure.
Yeah.
Or out of the spontaneity of purity.
Or out of the simplicity of simple nature.
Or out of the ancient beach.
He stood and looked around him, and what he saw made him return to his room and close the door behind him. Because it's a time to think of all the things in the world that make us filled with awe, and while it's a time of celebration, it's also a time of looking inward and thinking about what we might have done differently in the last year, and to forgive the people who've wronged us, and to apologize and make amends to the people we've wronged. So it's a time for feeling awe at all of that.
The other nice thing about this poem is that it's kind of about deciding whether to change, to go out, or to remain where you've been, or, deciding either way. And the Hebrew year that we're about to begin is 5755, and the Hebrew letters for that year are Tishaneh or Tishneh, and it can mean either to repeat or to change. And so one of the things we wanted to kind of bring up tonight was just for everybody to take a few minutes and to think about this past year and the things that we want to kind of hold on to and continue, and the things that we might want to change. And if anybody wants to share that, this would be a nice time.
You might as well go on. that I've been on this earth. I saw a bad one, I saw a good one, and usually most of them were bad ones. I'll say one thing about this family. There's not any family in this world that is good and is appreciative of what they do for them, and to help other people when they need help without any trouble. So here's a happy New Year. Just stay the way we are. That's all I gotta say.
Very nice, very nice, very
To that
nice.
we say amen.
Amen.
I would like to especially thank Andy and Lisa for putting this together.
Oh, yeah. And they made the house.
And it was a really beautiful ceremony. We're really happy.
I never
to
knew chickens
have
could
those
turn out
here.
to look like flies.
That's